Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, now we continue learning about which organism are plant. This lesson we will investigate what makes plant and non-plant different. Okay, so not all green are plant, but plant definitely will be green. Here are the characteristic of plant that you have learned, I think early of this year. First, plant is a living things. Plant make their own foods through photosynthesis. So this is the photosynthesis. We plant take sunlight, carbon and water to make food. Plant will take carbon dioxide and produce oxygen. Plant cannot move by their own power, their own self, so they need to have something to trigger it to move, for example, light. Plant have limited abilities to sense environments, so not like an animal. And in the plant cells, it have chlorophyll, vacuoles, cell wall. That is the difference between plant and animals. Okay, now let's go through one by one. Okay, first one, algae. So this is algae. So you can find algae usually at the salt and fresh water. So algae also can be found on the land, which is at the wet area. Blue algae, brown algae, red algae. But not all algae are plant. Remember chlorophyll? Chlorophyll that makes plant green color. So green algae is a plant. But red and brown algae is not a plant because they cannot make their own food. It doesn't have chlorophyll. Okay, next, number 2. Moses. So this is Moses. It's very small at the ground hugging plant. So you can see it at the shady area under the tree. This is the close-up of the Moses. So Moses have no leaf, okay, but it only have roots and also stem. So these are all the stems and this is green color. So Moses have chlorophyll. Moses can make their own food. So Moses is a plant. Next one, we have fern. So it's a leaf and not produce a flower. And it also grown in a damp shady place. Also it make its own food. Fern is also a plant. Okay, next one. Herbaceous plant. Okay, so I don't have to say much about herbaceous plant. You know well herbaceous plant will produce their own food. That means herbaceous plant is plant. The name itself is plant. Okay, next one, woody plant. Okay, woody plant also the same thing. It is a plant. It can make its own food through the leaf. Next, mushroom. So we call mushroom also as a fungi. Fungus or fungi. Okay, so fungus, and you see here fungi or mushroom it's not green color. It looks like plant, but it is not green color. So usually you can find mushroom on top of other plant, on top of other roots. So fungi have no chlorophyll. That means fungi cannot make its own food. So it doesn't do photosynthesis. So mushroom is not a plant. Lichen. On the trunk of the tree, there's a lichen. It growing, low growing and greenish. It looks like Moses and leafy plant. It's a combination of algae and fungus. Okay. So if you look at lichen, it will grow on the other plant. So that means lichen is not a plant. Lichen will take food from the other plant. So now let's differentiate them. So I have plant and not plant column. Okay. So first one, this is green algae. It is a plant. It makes their own food. And this is red algae. Red algae is not making their own food. Red algae will take food from other plant. Okay, next one. This is fern. Yes, fern is a plant because it produces food. This is mosses, even though it is small, but it still makes its own food. Next one, we have lichen. Okay, lichen is not a plant. It stays on the other plant and take food from that plant. Okay, so lichen, not a plant. We have, this is herbaceous plant. It's a plant. Next, we have woody plant. And lastly, a fungi or mushroom. Mushroom is not a plant. It doesn't have chlorophyll. It doesn't make it doesn't do photosynthesis. That means mushroom is not a plant. Okay? So now I hope that you are clear with the difference between plant and not plant. Okay, remember, all plants are green, but not all green are plant. Okay? So that's all from me. Assalamualaikum.